Welcome to Sri Digambar Institute of Technology, Dosa. I am Sadanand Parashar from Civil Engineering Department, subject Design of Concrete Structure, lecture number 21 and topic name Short and Long Columns, Structural Behavior. This is the unit is short column and long column design according to the limit state method. There are two type of column, short column and long column. These are decided according to the L upon E x upon D and L E y upon B ratio. These according to the slender ratio below 12 or the above 12. These are called short column and long column. Slender and short, long column also called slender column. Slender and short column are the two type of columns classified on the basis of slenderness ratio. Columns having both LEX upon D and LEY upon B less than 12 are designed as short column. Otherwise, they are long column. They are also slender column. Where LEX and LEY are the effective length with respect to major and minor axis respectively, and capital D or and small b are the depth and width of the rectangular columns respectively. Short column are frequently used in concrete structure. The design of such columns has been explained and loaded concentrically or eccentrically about one or both axes. However, cylinder columns are also becoming increasingly important and popular because of the following reason. The development of high strength materials such as concrete and steel, and second is improved method of dimensioning and designing with rational and reliable design procedures, and third is innovation structural concepts, especially the architect expansions for creative structures accordingly explained first that the behavior of cylinder elastic column loaded concentrically, thereafter reinforced concrete cylinder columns loaded concentrically or eccentrically about one or both axes are taken up. The design of cylinder columns has been explained with numerical examples for easy understanding. Concentrically loaded columns, it has been that short columns fell by reaching the respective stress, indicating their maximum carrying capacity. On other hand, the slender or long column may fall at much lower value the load when the sudden lateral displacement of the member takes place between the ends. Here, short column falls in crushing and long column falls in buckling. These are the failures. This short column is fell in crushing and long column fell in buckling. Thus, short columns undergo material failure while long column may be failed by buckling at a critical load, which is also called as Euler loads, which is much less in comparison to that of short column having equal area of cross section. The buckling load is termed as Euler load. First, obtain the value of critical load for various supports conditions. For more information, the general expression of the critical load. It is critical load is defined by PCR, which means that P means load and CR denoted by critical. So critical load denoted by PCR, which is pi square EI upon K L whole square. So in many books here only pi square EI upon L square. The general expression of the critical load PCR at which a member will fail by buckling is as follows by PCR equal to pi square EI upon K L square, where E is the Young's modulus of elasticity, I is the moment of inertia about the axis of bending, and L is the unsupported length of the column, and K is denoted as the coefficient whose value depend on the degree of restraint at the supports, expressing moment of inertia, which is I equal to A R square, where A is the cross sectional area and R is the radius of gyration. R equal to I upon A square from this equation. In many times defined that what is the radius of gyration. Radius of gyration is the square root I upon A. The above equation can be written as PCR equal to pi square EA upon K L R square. Here we in the above equation we put the value of I, which is A R square. So replace of I we put value here A into R square. So we can also written as PCR equal to pi square EA upon KL upon R का whole square. Thus PCR of a particular columns depend on KL upon R or slenderness ratio. It is worth mentioning that KL is termed as effective length LE. So in many books this formula is pi CR pi square EA upon L effective square upon R square. We can also written as pi square EA, pi square EI upon L effective square. For we find the value of L effective, there are many conditions or L effective, or we can also written as KL. These both are equal. So we find this value LE or KL value. Many conditions, which is restrained conditions. These condition, according to these conditions, we find the value of LE or KL. These are the end conditions, both end fixed or both end hinged, or one end fixed and one free. So different conditions and different value of KL or L effective. So we take the first, that this is the column, here both end is hinged. In the both conditions, both ends are hinged, where KL value we take the 1. So L effective equal to L. Second condition is both end are fixed. In this diagram, there are both end are fixed. So here we take L effective or KL value equal to L by 2. Here we take the value of KL or L effective is 1 by 2. So this is the L by 2, where both column ends are fixed. When the column supported on cross beam, then we take the value of KL between 1 to half, between in these value. So we take the value KL between 0.5 to 1. From figure show that two elastic slender columns having hinged support at both ends and fixed support against rotation at both ends respectively presents a column of real structure whose end supports are not either hinged or fixed. It has supports partially restrained against rotation by the top and bottom beams. Each of the three figures show that the respective buckled shape point of inflection is that where curvature is change the sign. This is the called point of inflection. We can also written as short in PLS. The distance between the point of inflection and the value of K, all the three columns having supports at both ends having the K value less than 1 or at most 1, by providing supports at the both end one end of the column is prevented from undergoing lateral movement or sideway with respect to other end. So here we take the value of, in this condition we take the value KL or L effective equal to 2. So 2L. This is the effective length for these conditions when one end is fixed and other end is free. When this condition is that one end is roller support and other end is fixed. For this condition we take the value of KL or L effective is 1 or L. This condition is that column rotationally fixed at both ends. When column partially restrained at both ends, then the value taken is between the 1 to infinity for this condition. However, cantilever columns are entirely free at one end, show that another type of the column rotationally fixed at both ends, but one end can move laterally with respect to the other, like that of a real column not hinged, fixed or entirely free but restrained by top and bottom beams, where sideway can also takes place. Each of these three figures presents the respective buckled shape point of inflection if any distance between point of inflection and the value of K. All these columns have respective K values greater than 1 or at least 1. This is the table critical loads in terms of PCR. Critical load of hinged column and effective length L equal to KL of elastic reinforced concrete column with different boundary conditions and for a constant unsupported length. So these are the support conditions and critical load and effective length. First is the hinged at both end, no sideway. Then critical load is PCR, effective length is L. When both when fixed against rotation at both end, no sideway, then critical load is 4 PCR, multiply with 4 and effective length is L by 2. When partially restrained against rotation by top and bottom cross beams, no sideway, then we take critical load between PCR to 4 PCR and effective length we take from 0.5 to 1. When fixed at one end and entirely free at other end, sideway not prevented, then we take the critical load 0.25 PCR and effective length 2L. 1 PL, 1 point of inflection is on imaginary extension. When rotationally fixed at both ends, sideway not prevented, then we take critical load is PCR and effective length is taken L. 1 PL is on imaginary extension. Next condition is partially restrained against rotation at both ends, sideway not prevented. Then we take the critical load between 0 and slightly less than PCR. Then effective length between the L to alpha. Thank you.